She had just posted about kindness on social media that morning. By that evening, she was making a waitress cry in front of a full restaurant. She walked in wearing a dress that cost more than most people's rent. She spotted the waitress and snapped her fingers like she was calling a dog.
You missed a spot. Right there. Are you even paying attention?
The waitress apologized quietly and cleaned it again. The woman turned to her friends and laughed.
I genuinely do not understand how people like this make it through a single day.
Everyone at the table laughed. The waitress said nothing, just lowered her eyes and kept moving. Tray after tray, table after table. What nobody in that room knew, her daughter had been in and out of the hospital for 8 months. Every shift she worked was one step closer to keeping her alive. That same night, the manager pulled her aside and said,
"A guest complained about you, said you were slow and unprofessional. One more complaint and I have to let you go."
She nodded, walked back to the floor, and kept working. 20 minutes later, a man walked in alone. Suit, no tie, hands that would not stop shaking. He sat in her section. She brought him water without being asked. He was staring at nothing. She quietly said,
"Sir, when did you last eat something?"
I have a board meeting in an hour. 20 years of work, and tonight it might all be over.
She sat down for exactly 2 minutes, her only break, and then said,
"My daughter has been fighting for her life for 8 months. I have shown up here every single day. Whatever happens in that room tonight, you show up too."
He stared at her. Then he stood up, straightened his jacket, and walked into that meeting. He did not just save the company that night. He walked out with the biggest deal in the company's history. His hands had finally stopped shaking. 3 weeks later, he came back, asked for her by name. When she came to the table, he slid an envelope across and said,
My lawyer kept asking who inspired the turnaround. I told him it was a waitress who had 2 minutes to spare and gave them to me.
She opened it. Her daughter's surgery was fully covered, and there was a letter inside, a job offer. Head of client experience at his company. She covered her mouth. He smiled and said,
You already know how to make people feel like they matter. That is the rarest skill in any boardroom.
"I just brought you water."
No, you brought me back.
What he never told her, the woman who had laughed at her that night, that was his wife. He had watched the whole thing from across the room and said nothing to her about it since. The people this world calls invisible are very often the ones quietly holding it together. Drop a heart if you believe how you treat people when nothing is in it for you. Says everything about who you really are.